Peace and love, bag babes. It's your girl Nashe. What's good? I'm here today to talk to you about this very disappointing package that I received. Just couldn't bring myself to opening it because I definitely got bamboozled, okay? Truth be told, I got bamboozled. I was on Instagram and I saw an ad. I kept seeing an ad for the oversized kiss lock purse. You know, the one that Coach came out with several months ago. Well, other companies have been making oversized kiss lock purses as well. And I noticed that the ad was showing a Patricia Nash. And this was from a company, I believe, called Flame Pretty. I saw that the Patricia Nash version was being sold, or at least that's what I thought. And they had it marked down all the way to $49.99, right? Too good to be true. Because the Patricia Nash version of this is like $100 and change. You can actually, it goes all the way up to like $300. So here I am at a very weak moment thinking, oh my God, I found a deal. I even went as far as posting that deal on my community page. I hurried up and clicked on the picture. I read everything that was on that ad. I read all the comments. Everything was a bag of misleading BS. And I was so excited, right? And I was even encouraging you all to save your coins and maybe jump on this, you know? I definitely wanted the look, but I was not willing to pay Coach $700 for it. So yeah, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. When I got this package, I immediately saw the size of the package and I knew that this was a bag of baloney. I was so disappointed. I'm gonna open this up for you all and for myself so we can laugh together or maybe cry. Laugh or cry together, let's see. Since I've gotten this package, I did reach out. I didn't even open it, but I did reach out. I went back to the ad, the original ad, and I put my thoughts in the comment section. I definitely did. There was another lady who had just received her purse also, and she was so upset, and she put her comments in there, and she and I started to exchange in our DMs about how we got played. She emailed the company, and so did I. Now, of course, I ordered that ox blood color, and I was so excited because I just knew I'd be rocking this for fall. It is pretty protected once you take off that outer plastic cover, that plastic bag it came in, and then it looks like it has a nice little soft dust bag right here. And let's see, I guess I'll just pull it this way. Here she is. So while it is a larger sized kiss lock, this is not the bag that I expected. The color for sure, but nothing else matches what that ad was showing. It had the Patricia Nash symbol right here, and it had like a little rosettes at the top. Had little rosettes for the clasp. I don't see any rosettes here at all. It did have the zipper in the back, so that's true. But this is a little baby in comparison to the large kiss lock purse that I thought that I'd be getting. When I open it up, it does have the inward parts like a Patricia Nash bag would. Here is the strap. I'll open that up in a second. Now this is supposed to be leather, and we can see right off the bat, the zipper is right here in the middle, and you can tell it's closed on one side, closed on the other, so even the zipper is faulty. Boy, did I get played. It does feel similar to a Patricia Nash bag on the inside. You know, she has that microfiber, but it's definitely still not the same quality that you would find on the Patricia Nash microfiber. So here is the inner pockets. on one side, and we have that zip pocket on the other side. Now it is a pretty, if you're familiar with kiss lock purses, this is a big kiss lock purse. You know, they're typically playing up on a coin purse. So this is a big bag compared to a coin purse, but it's not the huge oversized bag that I was expecting at all. So I was very disappointed. What I ended up doing was reaching out to the company. I let them know that I was very disappointed and that, you know, that it's basically an internet scam that they're running, and, you know, how dare they. I shared my opinions on the matter, and I asked them for a refund. I asked them for at least a refund, which I knew would not happen because this bag, another thing that kind of gave me an idea that I was being scammed, was when they sent me the tracking number. First, it took over a month, and then when they did send me the tracking number, I noticed that it originated out of some part of China, and I tracked it and kept watching it over the weeks and saw that as it was moving, you know, it was just moving across the world, and it finally landed in New York, and then finally it made it here to Atlanta. So that was probably the first hint that maybe this was gonna be a joke. Maybe it was gonna be a joke, but I definitely was not laughing, and I was still, even though I saw that, I was still hopeful that this would have turned out the way it should have turned out. So yeah, this is the little kiss lock bag that I received. Now, mind you, she is not a bad looking girl. It's supposed to be leather, but due to everything that I've experienced so far, I don't know how much of that I can believe. I do want to apologize for my post because, you know, I was misled, and my post definitely was misleading in that we can get a really nice bag for a very low price and have something awesome for the fall. This is awesome. I like the bag. I just don't like the fact that I got played, and I was expecting it to be at least 3 times bigger than this, right? So shame on me. Shame on me. Here is the strap. It has your little hooks down there. And then the strap right here, the long strap. Several holes where you can make it longer or shorter if you like. And this feels very flimsy. It feels very flimsy. I want to say it does smell like leather, but it's definitely not that. It's definitely not that shocking, that beautiful leather scent that you come to expect with a quality handbag. It does look like leather. It's been treated. And let me check the back pocket out. The back pocket is not that big, but you can probably get your keys in there and some other things, but yeah, not that big. The leather itself does feel flimsy. It feels like genuine leather. You know, it's not like the top grain leather that I've come to love. But this is what I ended up with, you all. This is what I ended up with. And so as far as reaching out to the company, which I did, after several emails to them, I let them know that I was a purse influencer and that I would be reaching out to my community and that I would be reporting them. You know, they apologized. I let them know that I have a large following who would not be buying this bag. Listen, I was upset, okay? I was upset. But I did let them know that I was not pleased with how they dealt with this and how they're out here scamming people. I let them know that their pictures are misleading, that this is not at all a Patricia Nash bag at all. You know, this is just a mock-up. This is a pretend Patricia Nash bag to get those sales, and shame on them. So several emails in, they apologized. I sent pictures. They're still putting those beautiful handbags on IG. I just recently saw a new ad a couple days ago, and I commented on that ad. And every time I see an ad, I'm gonna comment because I feel like it's my duty to comment and let the consumer know, buyer beware, this is not what you think, okay? And so what they ended up doing was offering me like 10%. I told them there was just no way. And they did admit that our company is in China and shipping would not be convenient. Shipping back to us wouldn't be convenient, and it would just create a big mess basically. So they offered me 20%, and I told them that I'm not accepting that. You know, it would be 50% back or no deal, you know. No deal. After all of that, I definitely wanted them to fix the issue, and to me fixing the issue was either one, giving me all my money back, or two, giving me at least 50% back. I mean, I know I paid $49 for it, so ultimately, you know, I would be getting it for $25, and that would probably make me feel a lot better. But yeah, at the end of the day, I really wanted them to understand that there are consumers out there who are pretty upset about this, and some of us will actually speak out about it, which is what I did. And like I said, back and forth, they try to offer me like a huge discount code for my next purchase. I let them know there would be no more purchases from me at all, ever. And they wanted to, you know, they hoped I would accept that. That didn't work out. And so at the end of the day, they stated that, yeah, 30% was the most that they could do. They would not be making any money on this. They would actually be taking a loss on it. And that trying to ship it back to China to their warehouse would definitely be an inconvenience for myself, which honestly, it more than likely would have been. And yeah, they just asked that I please accept 30%. That was their maximum return refund that they can give me. And, you know, again, they apologized and said that they would talk to their marketing team and let them know what's going on. Of course, I was speaking to customer service, so it's very likely that the customer service agent wasn't aware of whatever the marketing practices were, and I get that, but I definitely needed someone to hear my voice, you know? So at the end of the day, that is what went down with this Kislak purse. I do feel like I would probably have been in over my head anyways with that very large bag. That bag probably wouldn't have suited my lifestyle. And I learned a valuable lesson, you know, that if it feels like it's too good to be true, it probably is. I'm learning that over and over and over again, you all. Take this lesson, I'm gonna be a smarter consumer. But FOMO definitely kicked in on this one because I didn't want to miss out on that huge Kislak moment. But when it all boils down, I really know that that huge Kislak, more than likely wouldn't have worked for me. It probably would have been uncomfortable, and it probably would have turned out to be one of those pieces that I just like to look at and not wear very much. So, womp, 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 womp. This is your cautionary tale to remind you to be careful on these internet streets as you're out here purchasing things, and also to, you know, give yourself a moment to rethink some things before you add to cart, because there's a whole lot of scams going on, you know? And so let this be a lesson to you as well, you all. And be wary, be mindful of that FOMO. When that FOMO kicks in and you just feel like you have to have it, take a step back. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's just nice to visit on the website every now and then, but you actually don't need it in your collection. What will I do with this bag? You all, I'm gonna wear this bag. I love the color. I feel like when I wear it, one, it'll be a very good reminder of what not to do. And I actually like the design. That's why I even wanted the bag in my life, because I love Kislak purses. I love Kislak coin purses. And I thought I could deal with that Coach, but after it's all said and done, it would not have been a good match for my lifestyle, and it probably would have gotten a couple wears before sitting down in the box and eventually waiting for me to resell it for much less. So, lesson learned. But I will wear this girl. I'm gonna pack her up, and I will wear her this fall because the color is gorgeous, and I kind of want to see how it wears. So as far as the actual measurements on this girl, I'm gonna measure her from the closed top. This is not quite 8 inches at all. This is about 7, not even 7.5 inches. Maybe once you put your things in there and it stretches a little bit, but that's the height of the bag From the widest part of the bag, it's about 12 inches. And then the depth of the bag is about 4.5 inches. So you can get some stuff in there. You can definitely get your things in there. She is cute. So do I have anything good to say about the bag? Let's see. Let's see if I could turn this into a positive, right? So one good thing is the stitching is pretty immaculate. No issues there. They definitely got the shape down. It's a beautiful shape. It's a kiss lock for sure. The color is very nice. It's given ox blood. It's given fall for sure. I can wear it as a clutch. It is actually a really good size for a clutch, and it would fit comfortably. I'm glad that it does have the strap, so I do have some versatility there. The inside color is very pretty. There is some organization. She does have a outside pocket. And she really isn't that bad looking at all. She's a pretty girl. I did get 30% back, which isn't a whole lot, but at least it wasn't just an apology, right? And I learned a lesson. I learned a valuable lesson. All right, you all. I do want to thank you for stopping by and checking out this video. Remember to be careful on these internet streets, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love.